You're sitting in your car after another conversation that left you feeling like you just got hit by a truck you never saw coming. She was warm last week, distant today, affectionate on Tuesday, a stranger by Friday. And now you're staring at your phone, scrolling back through old messages trying to figure out what the hell just happened. Was it something I said? Did I come on too strong? Why does she act like she cares 1 minute and then look at me like I'm a stranger the next? Am I overreacting? Am I the problem here? Stop. Breathe. You're not crazy. You're not too sensitive. And you're definitely not imagining it. Here's the truth nobody's saying out loud. What you might be dealing with isn't just an avoidant. And it isn't always a textbook narcissist either. It's the dangerous middle ground where the two overlap. And until you can see it clearly, you'll keep blaming yourself for wounds that were never yours to fix. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot the overlap, why it pulls you in like gravity, why your gut keeps screaming even when her words sound calm, and how to walk away grounded without becoming bitter, cold, or closed off to real love. Let's get into it. The mindset reframe. Most guys believe avoidants and narcissists are two completely different people. One is wounded and scared, the other is cruel and calculated. So you tell yourself, she's not a narcissist, she's just avoidant, she just needs patience, she just needs to feel safe. But here's the real truth. Avoidance and narcissism share the same emotional engine, a deep, buried inability to sit with vulnerability. The difference is just the costume. The avoidant runs from intimacy because she feels she'll lose herself in it. The narcissist runs from intimacy because she feels she'll lose control in it. Same fear, different mask. And when those two patterns overlap in one woman, she doesn't just pull away, she rewrites the story. She makes you feel chosen, then confused, then disposable, and her gut tells her none of it is her fault. That's why your nervous system feels so wrecked around her. You're not reacting to her words. You're reacting to the gap between her words and her energy. Your body senses what your mind is still trying to deny. Most men try to think their way out of this. The grounded man learns to feel his way out. Because the moment you stop debating her behavior and start trusting your own signals, that's when the spell breaks. The 7 signs of the dangerous overlap. 1. The hot-cold whiplash that feels engineered. Most guys assume mixed signals are just nerves. They tell themselves she's just scared of getting hurt, so they double down with patience and reassurance. Bro, that's exactly the trap. Here's what they miss. A purely avoidant woman pulls away quietly and consistently. Her distance has a rhythm. The overlap personality pulls away strategically, then pulls you back in right when you're about to let go. It's not random. Her instincts have learned that intermittent warmth keeps men addicted. Wrong move, texting her, "Hey, are we okay?" the moment she goes cold. Right move, matching her energy without explanation. She goes quiet, you go quiet. She comes back warm, you stay grounded. Not punishing, not chasing. And when you do that, she feels something she's not used to. A man who doesn't flinch. That's the moment her whole script stops working. 2. The empathy switch. Most guys notice she can be incredibly tender. She remembers small details. She asks deep questions. She seems to get him in a way nobody else does. So when she suddenly turns cold and clinical, he assumes he did something wrong. Here's the part nobody talks about. Real empathy is consistent. The overlap personality has performed empathy. It switches on when she wants connection and switches off the second she feels exposed, criticized, or out of control. Her empathy is a tool, not a trait, and her gut tells her exactly when to deploy it. Wrong example. She cries with you about your dad on Monday. On Thursday, you mention you had a hard day, and she says, "Everyone has problems, you'll be fine." Right read. That's not a mood swing. That's the switch. When you stop reacting to the warm version like it's the real version, something shifts in her. She feels the wall go up, not yours, but the one she can no longer climb over. 3. the subtle rewrite of reality. Not gaslighting like the movies, not screaming, not obvious lies, but small, surgical edits to what actually happened. Most guys walk away from conversations with this woman feeling foggy. You came in with a clear concern. You leave wondering if you even had a point. That fog isn't your fault, man. That's the rewrite. The deeper truth is this. Avoidants minimize to protect themselves. Narcissists rewrite to protect their image. The overlap does both at once. She'll downplay her behavior and subtly flip the blame to your reaction. And here's where it gets interesting. She often believes her version. Her brain edits in real time to keep her self-image intact. Wrong move. Arguing the facts harder, sending screenshots, building a case. Right move. Saying calmly, "That's not how I remember it, and I trust my memory." Then dropping it. That single sentence does more than 10 arguments, because she's thinking, why isn't he spiraling like the others? 4. The vanishing act with a door left cracked. Pure avoidants disappear and stay gone. They go silent because they genuinely need to retreat. The overlap disappears differently. She leaves the door cracked on purpose. A random late-night like on an old photo. A vague, thinking of you text 3 weeks after a brutal silence. A story view at 2 a.m., just enough breadcrumbs to keep you in orbit. Most guys interpret these crumbs as hope. Maybe she's coming back. Maybe she just needs time. Bro, that's not hope. That's a leash. She's not pulling you back because she misses you. She's checking that the rope is still tied. Her energy needs to know you're still available, even if she has no intention of returning. Wrong move. Replying to the breadcrumb with paragraphs. Right move. Silence. Not punishing silence. Peaceful silence. The kind that says, I've already moved forward, and I'm not performing for crumbs. That's when she feels something she's never felt with you before. Irrelevance. And that's the shift. 5. The I'm just bad at relationships disclaimer. Here's the one most guys completely miss. Early on, she'll tell you she's broken, she's complicated, she's warned you, she doesn't do well with feelings. It sounds like vulnerability. It's actually insurance. The avoidant says it because she's genuinely scared. The narcissist says it to set up a defense. The overlap says it as both, a real wound and a pre-written excuse for every future betrayal of your trust. Not vulnerability, not honesty, not connection, but a contract you didn't realize you were signing. Wrong response. Don't worry, I'll be patient with you. I'm different. Right response. I appreciate you telling me, but I treat people based on how they treat me, not how they warn me they'll treat me. That sentence kills the entire script, because her brain says, this one isn't going to absorb the damage and call it love. 6. The energy drain. You can't logically explain. You leave her presence tired. Not tired like a long day. Tired like your battery got siphoned. Most guys blame themselves, thinking they're too sensitive or overthinking it. Here's the deeper truth. Your nervous system reads what your conscious mind hasn't caught up to yet. When someone's words don't match their energy, your body burns calories trying to reconcile the gap. That's not weakness. That's intelligence. A grounded woman energizes you. A wounded but honest woman challenges you. The overlap personality drains you, because being around her requires you to constantly perform emotional translation. Real-life example. After 3 hours together, a healthy connection leaves you feeling lighter and clearer. After 3 hours with the overlap, you feel like you need a nap and a cold shower just to find yourself again. When you start trusting that drain instead of debating it, she feels a wall go up, and it's not one she can charm her way past. 7. The test you didn't know you were taking. Every interaction with her is a quiet exam. Will you chase? Will you panic? Will you fold? Will you stay calm when she goes cold? Will you keep your center when she pushes against it? Most guys fail these tests without ever knowing they were happening. And here's the brutal part. Passing them doesn't win her. It just makes you less interesting to her. because she only knows how to engage with men she can destabilize. This isn't pessimism. This is pattern recognition. Wrong frame. How do I pass her tests so she chooses me? Right frame. Why am I auditioning for someone whose whole love language is testing me? The day you stop trying to pass and start asking why you keep applying for the job, that's the day everything changes. That's emotional caffeine for your own brain. And her gut feels it instantly. Her instincts say, this one isn't a contestant anymore. The clothes listen to me, bro. This isn't about labeling her. It's not about diagnosing her. It's not about hating her, but about finally seeing clearly so you stop bleeding for someone who was never going to bandage the wound. You're not becoming cold. You're becoming calibrated. You're not building walls. You're building standards. The grounded man doesn't avoid difficult women out of fear. He recognizes them out of wisdom, and he chooses peace over puzzles every single time. This isn't a tactic. This isn't a hack. This is who you're becoming. A man whose presence is too settled, too grounded, and too self-aware to be anyone's emotional experiment. Real love doesn't feel like decoding. It feels like exhaling. So here's the line I want you to carry out of this video and into the rest of your life. She didn't confuse you because you weren't enough. She confused you because confusion was the relationship. Read that again, then let it go. If this hit something real in you, the next video you need to watch is the one I made on how to rebuild your nervous system after a chaotic woman, because seeing the pattern is step one, but healing the part of you that kept saying yes to it is where the real man gets built. Click it, watch it, and I'll see you there.